Hi, my name is Cullen, and I'm a personal injury attorney in Winter Park, Florida. We meet with people all the time who have recently been involved in car accidents, and one of the more frequent questions that we get is, should I call the police after a car accident? Well, there's no legal requirement that the police be called to an accident scene unless someone has been significantly injured or, God forbid, killed in the accident. Then there is a legal requirement that you stay at the accident scene and call law enforcement. But in a typical accident, there's no legal requirement that the police be called. However, for several reasons, it's a really good idea to have the police come to the accident scene. Probably the most important reason to have police come to the scene is because if the police come, it's very likely that the incident is going to generate a police report or a Florida traffic crash report. Is what it's technically called. The reason why having a crash report is important is because it essentially makes an official record that there was an accident, records the people who were involved. The police officer typically will gather information from the two sides, so it makes it a lot easier later for somebody else, like us, lawyers, to come in and find out basically what happened. A second reason why a crash report is important is because the police officer is going to do a rudimentary investigation of what happened. At the very least, he's going to talk to the people who were involved and any eyewitnesses that stuck around, and the police officer is going to determine fault to some degree or another. This doesn't necessarily mean that the police officer is going to issue a ticket to the people or one of the other parties that were involved in the crash, but usually the officer will make some sort of comment in the crash report about fault, and that opinion about fault can sometimes help us get cases resolved. A third reason why a crash report could be important or is important is because even if the officer can't tell what happened by talking to the parties that were involved in the crash, many times if there's physical evidence at the scene, the officer will make note of it or record it in some way. And those physical evidence might be something like either debris in the roadway or damage to the property of the cars, or even gouges in the road or skid marks or any kind of markings in the roadway. That kind of physical evidence may allow the police officer to make some sort of determination about fault, even if the stories from the parties are conflicting. As you can see, there are several good reasons to have the police come to the scene of an accident, but if you decide that you don't want to stick around and wait for the police to show up, at the very least, you need to exchange information or get the information from the other driver. And then it would be really in your best interest to get out your phone and take pictures of any and everything that you can about the scene. So that would be the property damage to each vehicle, maybe the license tag of the other vehicle. If there are any marks in the road, take pictures of that. If there's any debris, take pictures of that. Just get as much information as you can about how the accident happened. And even without a crash report, this type of information will often allow us to make a good recovery for our clients. So if you have any questions about a Florida car accident of any kind, please reach out to us. We are happy to answer questions. You can always reach us at our phone number. It's 407-254-4901. You can text us at 407-644-4444, or you can even reach out to us on our Facebook page and instant message us, and we'll get back to you with any information that you need.